You ask any navigator, this situation is something which everybody dreads. Now, what's the real deal? This is the real deal. Multiple ships, many fishing boats, and a very small area to maneuver. This is the task that we are given in Taiwan Strait. Let me show you a fishing boat, Chinese fishing boat. I don't want boats coming in my way. They are just a big nuisance. What's up guys, welcome back to another beautiful day at sea. Today we are going to be transiting the Taiwan Strait. Right now it's just 6:55 a.m. I just woke up and Taiwan Strait today. A lot of things to cover. I'm getting good sleep these days because I've started working out. So I'm going to do a gym tour also very soon. But for now, let's go for breakfast and then on bridge. By the time I'm waiting for the elevator, this is our muster list. This is how it looks. This is how things work when there's emergency. So guys, let's take over the watch now and let me show you how things look like in the Taiwan Strait. Before that, I'll just do a radio check with my watchman if there's any emergency. Rahul, radio check. Right. Yeah, Rahul, loud and clear. So the watchkeeper is working on deck, but in case the traffic increases, then I'll call him on the bridge, and then I need assistance for watchkeeping because my concentration will be on the radar. Let me start by showing you where we are exactly on the computer and the EGDIS, so you know you have a reference of what I'm talking about. And I'll also show you the weather chart. Hopefully the weather is bad. Yes, it should be bad, because then the fishing boats and everything, they move away, and it's good navigation. Otherwise it's a disaster, believe me. So let's go on to the screen now. For those of you who are following my journey, you know we were in Singapore and then east of Vietnam. This is where Taiwan is, and that's Shanghai, our final destination. So presently, if we zoom in, got a little bit of heavy winds, which I'll show you. And then we take the shelter from Taiwan, and then starts the fishing traffic, which is like disaster in this area. Moving on to the precipitation chart, it looks like we have passed through the heavy precipitation area and should be okay now. In the coming days, doesn't look like we're going to have a lot of rain. So I was checking the precipitation chart because during heavy rainfall or showers, there is restricted visibility and you're not able to see the small targets on the radar or perhaps even outside of the window. And believe me, these targets are very small, and this is a main reason for accidents, so cannot do much about it. Rule number 19 of the rules of the road apply during these conditions. So right now the weather looks okay. You can see the general direction of the sea and the swell. It is coming from our starboard quarters. So we've not even entered Taiwan Strait as yet, and you can see the amount of AIS targets. That is Taiwan. And if you see on the radar, actually they are just fishing nets, and these are the targets which are painted. So these are the nets which we have to avoid, which we cannot see at all. And most importantly, these targets are the one which we need to avoid for collision. Nets we can still maneuver close, but targets, no chance. There is a crazy phenomena happening right now on the radar. This is a wall, but it's not a target, it's a cloud. Let me go up and show it to you for a better, clearer view. You know, behind me you can see it's clear blue skies, but in front of me, that's the secret. Wow guys, that was exactly the wall on the radar. Have a look at that, stretching all the way from port to starboard endlessly. insane, and behind is clear. Also today we are changing our steering gear, or not steering gear, generator lamps and bulbs by our beloved mate, our electrician. Yep. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Mr. K. You're
Yes.
welcome.
That's how it looks below. So as per the ECDIS view now, this is Taiwan, and the real problem is that we've got so many small islands, shallow patches. This is draft. This is like the depth, 8.6 meters, 9.2, 11.5, and you can see the contour is totally shallow, and our draft is generally more than 12, 13 meters, so we cannot go here. Numerous wrecks, numerous shallow patches. So the only corridor we have is a very small gap, and we have to avoid all this as well as these fishing nets and boats. So this is the task that we are given in Taiwan Strait. So now what you can see on the radar is this is Taiwan. What I have done is taken the ECDIS picture and put it onto the radar. Traffic is not much, nice and smooth, and if you look outside you can't see anything. So somewhere there is Taiwan, and yeah, you cannot see it right now because it's misty and hazy, and this is one of the biggest problem for traffic. You know, like fishing boats and all, you cannot see them, and they are small and blue in color and white, so they gel with this really, really well. So it's the next day, and I have been given the task to stop the ship and make it drift because our ETA has changed. And right now, if you see on the radar, many fishing boats on the starboard side, and these are the fishing nets. So my plan is to go somewhere over here and then stop our engine. Right now it's on dead slow ahead. So that's the East China Sea right now. You ask any navigator, this situation is something which everybody dreads, because if a fishing boat hits you when you are stopped and drifting, it's still your responsibility and you will be blamed. So that is why it's a very tricky situation, and nobody wants to be in this kind of a particular drifting scenario. And due to the recent development of the COVID-19 thing, all ports in China have a massive delay because there are ships which are lined up since months waiting to discharge their cargo or load their cargo and go to the next destination. Hence, I can see many ships now drifting outside or maybe at the anchorage. We are at a very slow speed, and you can see my heading is this, and actually we are going like this on the ground. So it's a tricky situation, but we've been trained to handle all this. I will now show you a very interesting part of a big ship. So right now we have put our engine to stop, and we are doing 4.4 knots, and the time right now is 8:56. So let's see how much time it will take for the ship to completely stop. So whenever we are going to stop, we go from autopilot to mini wheels, or if we want we can use the steering, the normal helm. But from here now we can give rudder angles, like I gave starboard 10, and you can see the rudder going to starboard 10, and same thing on the other one because we've got two engines. So that was our drifting time lapse, how we stopped, and right now nothing much around us. Nice and calm weather, beautiful blue. It is right now 0925. Engine is still stopped, as you can see, stopped, and the speed we are doing is still 2.3 knots. And this is why stopping a mega ship is so difficult. Like from dead slow to stop also it has taken 25 minutes, and still we are continuing because we have some current, as you see over here, 1.1 knot, 1.2 knot current. Hence we are still getting pushed, and that is why drifting is really task which is hectic, I would say. Also, we have successfully passed the Taiwan Strait, and this is our position currently. We have another 200 nautical miles to reach Shanghai, so we will go accordingly to the required ETA and speed. By the way, let me show you a fishing boat, Chinese fishing boat. They're so close.
Few moments later.
So right now we had a small situation in which a few fishing boys were on our starboard side. Hence I had to start the engine, as I'll show you. There it is, and dead slow ahead. And then a few fishing boys, as you see, passing clear. And then we stop again and drift until further notice, and whenever our required speed matches the actual speed. That was the end of our watch. So far so good, no problems. And okay, my left. Let's go and have some lunch and see what comes up next. On Wednesday we get ice cream as well, quality walls and pancakes. And food is today sausage and dal and some vegetables. So guys, I'll show you some bulk carriers passing by. It's good, good weather and looks good. We'll be reaching Shanghai somewhere there very soon. Also, for better show leave, you guys should join the bulk carriers because still they stay at port for 15-20 days at time. So maybe someday I would also like to experience that. So generally when we are reaching the Zhoushan area, which is just close to the Shanghai port where we are going, and the Ningbo port, both of them I have covered. We generally have a radar picture like this. This is at 24 nautical miles range, so you'll see a lot of fishing boats. But so far we are going a little bit east. But if we come west, then we come out from Shanghai and go to Ningbo. This is a very dangerous area, and during this time we always have the captain on the watch with the junior officer and the watchkeeper in our case, which is Rahul, which you already know. Rahul, he's a veteran sailor, sailing almost for 17-18 years, and he's been to China many times, yeah?
Yes, 16 years I'm sailing.
Yeah.
Many times in China.
How is your experience with fishing boats?
First, this fishing boat is very tough, and then didn't following.
No following rules, yeah?
They following rule and they forcing you all where you got because they're protecting the net.
Correct, the nets. The nets is something they always protect.
Yeah, even you're giving you a signal.
Yeah, nothing.
Signal horn or something, even you're giving a signal light.
Nothing, yeah?
Signal light, the green light or something. Nothing following.
I've been at sea for more than 4-5 years now, and this is one of the first times I have seen a general cargo ship. I mean, it is unbelievable. All the booms and everything. So guys, weather actually is looking pretty good, and the guys are doing chipping over here. You can see it's de-rusting the ship. So this is how it looks after the chipping is done, and this is the coat of paint. So it becomes new and the rust is gone. You can hear the engine. I will give you a full tour of the engine room soon. We'll make a series of how the engineers are working and what all we have in this particular ship, like the previous video of Emma Musk. So stay tuned for that, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, so please do subscribe. So we have finally reached our destination port, the port of Shanghai, successfully after tackling all the fishing boats, etc, etc. So now the cargo operations will start. And the next video I'm going to show you the engine room. So in case you haven't subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing, like the video and share this as much as possible. I'll see you back from another day.